It's 8 a.m. September 23rd, and it is 42 degrees outside. It is frigid. Feels like 32 degrees. I'm gonna plant the pineapple top today. Look at that. I followed instructions this time, got the right soil, but I need to finish the bed super quick. So we're gonna step in the greenhouse, get that done super quick. Inside the greenhouse, it's about 64. So I just gotta take these bricks over here, move them into the wheelbarrow. Okay, so I got all my bricks here. Gonna move them down into the greenhouse, but it's freezing cold outside. I don't want all this air to get in, so I'm gonna have to move fast. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. You can see the banana tree will be planted right there. I built this shelf out of rocks last night, but I'm thinking I want to replace that with bricks. I hate projects because something goes wrong every single time. It's extremely rare that by some miracle, things work out relatively quick, and that just happened for me. Check this out. I knew these bricks would come in handy someday, so that gives us a nice gap here. We can plant the banana tree right here, and now I can build the dirt up into here. I'll go get a bunch of dirt now, fill that in here. Got the separation, get that pineapple up, and room for the banana tree. Okay, so I'm putting in a little more sand. I got soil for my garden boxes, and then the last bit of lava rocks right here. So let's get going. That's good stuff right there. That looks perfect. Let's get a close-up of that. Let's look at that with the little wall there. Let's finish this off and get a pineapple planted. Okay, we are ready to plant the pineapple. Okay, here's one last close-up before we get started. Dig out a little hole right about here. There we go. Spread this around. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put the actual soil I bought from the store in first. I want the best possible stuff for the pineapple. So stick that in there. Okay, that's good. Now we can get this a little moist here. So let's get that soil nice and wet. Okay, there we go. All right. I should have shown you real quick. Chop this off about an inch below, let it sit for 3 or 4 days. Then I peeled off, you can see if you look close, some of these leaves here, down to about here. And so I was supposed to bury it up to there. So let's stick it in here. And hopefully this does better than my other one did. I'll just kind of gently bring this in around it. That's done. Okay, let's show you close up. And those fit in there just so nice and snug. What do you guys think? Pineapple's planted. Got the space for the banana tree when it's ready. Look how good that looks. Hopefully this little guy takes. And we'll have pineapples in a year or two. Okay, as we reach the end of September, I'm gonna step out into the yard to show you some of the successes we've had outside. Then we're going to the greenhouse and I'll show you what's happening in there. I'll use a few pictures that we've taken over the last couple weeks to kind of show you the successes that we've had. Behind me is our best producing peach tree. We've had 2 that did really good, and then another one that did okay. One didn't produce at all, had problems all year, so we actually removed it and got a baby one. So this here was our best peach tree, and you can see it's getting too tall. We're gonna have to trim that baby down. This peach tree also produced really well. And here's our new baby. Here's a few quick images from our peach trees. If you remember right, this year we actually had twins. That was kind of funny. This is a picture of one of our harvests, probably not even half of what we got overall. And then my beautiful mother went ahead and jarred some up for us. And over here you have the blackberry bushes. They are massive and produced like crazy this year. And you can see right here in the front, we also have raspberry bushes. They're all kind of mixed in here together. But look at this, look how beautiful these are. These are my favorite thing in the garden. And here's a sweet little handful of blackberries that I got earlier this year, the size of our strawberries. Of course, the hornets were ravishing our blackberries, and the blackberries are my favorite thing in here, so I take care of them. Got a little visitor here. These guys are doing amazing. Look how good they look. Look at this, you got big strawberries coming in here and over here. They're coming in all over the place. And we did trade a couple of chunks of these rhubarbs for some strawberries, which I have in the greenhouse to plant in there for the winter. Stepping inside the greenhouse, you can see this pepper plant right here is almost as tall as I am. We are getting a ton in here, and they're about ready to harvest whenever we're ready for them. One right there, but there's also a little one here. Little guy hidden underneath here. They are all over this plant. Got a big one over here. And then you can see the lilykoy vine has literally taken over this corner of the greenhouse. I will need to show you pictures because it's kind of hard to show you what's happening on the lilykoy bush, but we do get these beautiful flowers. And then it kind of changes to this. And then you can see here that it looks like we might be getting a lilykoy, but I don't get too excited because, you know, I've had a lot of failures in here. Okay, looking at the lime tree, we've got about 5 dozen limes on this tree, and we've actually started to take limes off the tree. So you can see a lot of these are ready. Like those guys right there, we could probably eat right now. Get back over here. You know, look at how many are back in there, and you'll notice we got some little blooms here, which means we're gonna start getting new limes. Maybe we'll get limes throughout the whole year. This over here is the lemon tree. It has always struggled. This is the furthest along we've ever made it with a lemon, but it doesn't look so good. So I don't know if that's actually gonna be edible. Here we've got the orange tree, and I have yet to get production from the orange trees, but once again, I don't wanna get my hopes up. If you look right here, we do have, for some reason, one little orange that is making it. Then you have the grapefruit tree, which hasn't produced in a couple years. One year gave us over a dozen. And the other orange tree right here, which still hasn't produced for us either. For the record, I have been much more vigilant at adding nutrients to the soil for these trees. So hopefully this coming season, we'll get a bunch of fruit on these trees. I don't want to leave out this beautiful pineapple plant that is about 2 years old and still has not produced for us. Probably my fault for planting you in the wrong type of soil. I planted 4 or 5 strawberry plants in here, and this is the only one that lived. I think the other one's got too much shade. Here are the strawberry plants I traded for the rhubarb. I'll be putting these little beauties in the ground as soon as possible. Unfortunately, from digging out that garden box, I have myself a huge mess to clean up in here, but that takes us full circle around to our pineapple plant, which has been planted. These are my 4 banana trees that I ordered. Looks like one is doing awesome. That's the first one. And this one is getting a new leaf. So maybe, just maybe, 2 of these will make it. This guy right here, I'm pretty sure is not gonna make it. And this one is questionable, but maybe. I may have just saved that one as well. Thank you for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to follow the progress of the greenhouse. We're gonna continue to do awesome experiments in here, and we're gonna track the banana trees. I also have a couple other projects / experiments that I'll be doing this year. One involves the heater and one involves the roof. I'll show you that stuff coming up in future videos. All right, that's it.